Is a new Cold War on tap? The president sends 2 submarines to, quote, appropriate regions in response to Russian leadership. Plus, the Navy loses a 5th-gen fighter. The Air Force narrowly avoids a mid-air disaster. Is this a trend or just a coincidence? And the Air Force wants to blow up some Cybertrucks, why Elon Musk's most revolutionary product is headed for the bombing range. Hello and welcome to Weapons and Warfare, a show made for folks who just want to know more about our national defense. Our goal here is to help you have an informed conversation about what's happening with America's military. For Straight Arrow News, I'm your host, Ryan Robertson, and we start this week with our southern border, where we're getting an up-close look at a small portion of what the mission looks like for American troops. In the abstract, soldiers working the U.S.-Mexico border don't look much different from soldiers on patrol in parts of the Middle East. Miles and miles of rough, rocky terrain, barren and harsh. It's only when you tighten that focus that a fuller picture starts to reveal itself. You see U.S. troops sharing command stations and vehicles with U.S. Border Patrol agents.
These vehicles here are United States Army Stryker vehicles, and our soldiers are using these vehicles as part of our mission to detect and monitor traffic attempting to cross the border.
Soldiers, like Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Brown, are quick to point out other differences between this mission and ones abroad.
You'll see that there are no machine guns or anti-tank missiles while we're down here supporting Border Patrol. So here in Nogales, we're using these vehicles almost exclusively for their cameras, as well as their ability, you can see they look fairly rugged and high off the ground, to traverse some rugged terrain that sometimes Border Patrol's pickup trucks aren't able to.
1,954. That's how many miles of border the United States and Mexico officially share, running from about 18 miles out into the Pacific all the way to about 12 miles off the shore of South Padre Island, Texas. To give you some added perspective, that's a little longer than the distance from Santa Fe, New Mexico, all the way to Boston, Mass. According to the Department of Defense, around 8,500 personnel from every branch of the military are attached to Joint Task Force Southern Border under an emergency declaration from President Donald Trump.
For us, at least, we're just watching, so we're not affecting anyone in any way. But if things get to be different, where there's a crime or something that's happening, we also have eyes on us where we can also say stop, and we can get BP to get there and stop that crime.
For Army Sergeant Anna Harker, it's an assignment with unique significance.
I'm from Panama City, Panama, and I came to the United States around 12 when I was 12 years old. So obviously with me also being an immigrant doing this mission, I feel like I'm doing a difference and a change in helping this country.
Traditionally, border enforcement was handled by civilian agencies, with the military only stepping in occasionally. However, in April, many areas along the border were designated as militarized zones. These zones allow the DoD to sidestep the Posse Comitatus Act, an 1878 law that prohibits the military from conducting civilian law enforcement on U.S. soil. This change allows U.S. troops to apprehend people trespassing in these areas. There are other deterrents as well. The Army is turning to technology that could make a difference for someone considering an illegal crossing.
So this is the LRAD, stands for the Long Range Acoustic Device. It basically broadcasts any tone or any voice at a longer distance. Then we can inform them with this, and we can inform them that if they cross over the barrier, they will be in our national defense area. That is their early warning. If they cross into our national defense area, then they will be detained.
They're also using anti-drone technology to counter smugglers and human traffickers in places where there are gaps in enforcement.
The extra layer of security that they bring, pretty much deploying their soldiers to these different positions, locations in between the ports of entry, it is crucial and has been significant for us because of the fact that we have seen the numbers suddenly decrease.
If you're wondering how much of a difference all of this is making, July was another month of record low illegal crossings at the southern border, with Border Patrol arresting only 4,598 people trying to cross illegally, according to the White House. That's a 24% drop from the previous record low in June, averaging just 148 illegal crossings a day. Despite those stats, there's no timetable for when American troops might leave the border, but President Trump has authorized funding for an additional 3,000 Border Patrol agents, offering $10,000 signing and retention bonuses.